Hello everyone! Today I am showing you how to make Miyeok or Korean seaweed soup, one of the most beloved Korean foods in the Instant Pot. This Korean recipe made in the Instant Pot is so easy and full of great health benefits, and it's also a soup that is lower carb if that's what you are into. Alright, so let's get into it. First, I'm going to chop and peel 3 cloves of garlic. For those of you who know me, you know I'm obsessed with garlic and I put a ton of it in basically everything I eat. So I got the biggest cloves I could find. Now for my meat, I'm using almost 1 pound of beef brisket, which is fatty and full of flavor, and I'm just patting it dry and chopping it into small pieces. The meat plays a secondary role to the seaweed in this soup when it comes to bites, so traditionally the meat pieces are quite small and are used mostly to add flavor and depth to the broth. Once the brisket is all cut up into the size that I want it, I'm going to marinate it with the garlic that I chopped, salt and pepper, soy sauce, and sesame oil, and I'm just going to set that aside. Now for the star of the show, the miyeok or seaweed. I used about 50 grams of dried seaweed, which I soaked overnight. The longer you soak it, the softer it gets, so I like to soak mine for at least 3 hours, but I prefer overnight because I like my seaweed super silky and soft so that it just slides right down my throat. I'm just gonna rinse and drain it and chop it up. How much you want to chop it up is up to your preference, but I like having both small pieces and bigger pieces in my soup. Now, if you don't know the cultural significance of seaweed soup or miyeok in South Korea, let me share with you. Miyeok is mostly served on 2 specific occasions. First is when a mother gives birth. Miyeok is the main meal that is served postpartum because it is said to help mothers recover from childbirth. The health benefits of miyeok are pretty great. It's high in iron, calcium, iodine, fiber, and vitamin B, all of which play a significant role in helping moms recover from the labors of childbirth. After my first son was born, my mom made me so much miyeok that I had to tell her to stop. She was making it way faster than I could eat it, and with my second son, my dad joined in on the effort and made me so many batches that I had to freeze it. And it freezes great, by the way. The second occasion where miyeok is often served in Korean culture is on birthdays, as a way to honor your mother who labored like crazy to give birth to you. So yes, honor thy mother. Now on the saute function of my Instant Pot, I'm going to brown up my meat for about 2 to 3 minutes using a mixture of avocado oil and sesame oil. And then I'm going to toss in all of that beautiful miyeok and stir that around for a few more minutes. Then I'm throwing in 9 to 10 cups of water, enough to submerge the seaweed. And then I'm going to add in a tablespoon or 2 of 국간장 or soup soy sauce, and then I'm going to close the lid and pressure cook it for 20 minutes. If you want more bite to your seaweed, you can reduce the cooking time to 15 minutes, but like I said, I like my seaweed super soft, so it's 20 minutes for me. Now let's talk about 국간장 or soup soy sauce. The difference between 국간장 and regular 간장 or soy sauce is that 국간장 is much saltier, so you can use less of it, and it's lighter in color, which helps in keeping your broth nice and clean and bright. If you don't have it, then you can substitute it for regular soy sauce. You just may need to add more of it. Once your soup is done, quick release it and then add more 국간장 to taste, like 2 to 3 more tablespoons, and a tiny drizzle of sesame oil on top. My meat kind of disintegrated here because I was in a work meeting and I wasn't able to turn off my Instant Pot until like 2 hours later. Oops. Oh well. And that's it. Your miyeok or Korean seaweed soup is all done. My kids love seaweed soup, and of course I am a big fan also, not only because it is so delicious and healthy, but because it is a lower in carb soup option. Some studies have shown that miyeok or seaweed can be beneficial in helping manage blood sugar. 1 serving of seaweed, which is about 1 cup, has 5 to 7 grams of carbs, so it definitely can fit into your lower carb diet. Now, let me quickly show you how I added my own unique twist to the soup to make it even better. So I am Korean and my husband is Chinese, and to marry our 2 cultures together, I added this amazing hot oil by Fly by Jing that I got at Costco. I mixed it into my miyeok, and when I tried it, I nearly fell off of my chair because it was so good. I'm telling you, there's something about adding Korean to Chinese or Chinese to Korean that is just magic. So if you want to add some spice to your soup, give this a try. And that's it. Please hit that subscribe button and that like button if you enjoyed this video, and head over to my channel to see some other lower carb meal ideas. I have a great mashed potato substitute that's so cheesy and delicious, and also a frittata recipe that's perfect for meal prepping. Also, I do a lot of blood sugar experiments on my channel where I test out different foods and see what it does to my blood sugar as somebody who is insulin resistant. All right, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye!